What is this? It's a flag, right? What country is it? Uganda, right? What does it represent? You decide. See, every country in the world has a flag that represents who they are. Represents their history, how they became established, what they went through to get their independence. You know, a flag can represent a lot of things. But in this video, I want to share something with you that's really important. And I also want to tell you a story about a man that changed his entire country while being in prison. This flag represents a lot of things. And if you're watching this right now and you live or are Ugandan, then this flag means you. This flag represents who you are, your country, your people, the blood, sweat, and tears that went into that country. The positive things, the negative things, the good things and the bad, all can be summed up in a flag. Well, here's something I want to share with you. Let me tell you a story. Recently, I was listening to some people and some friends about how things may happen. Something went wrong in their environment, in their country. And what really got me was the words, "This is Uganda," right? Saying this is Uganda in a way that is just, what do you expect? We're not going to get any better. This is Uganda, like the worst things happen to us. This is Uganda, we have potholes so big. This is Uganda, our roads are not developed. This is Uganda, our traffic jam is crazy. This is Uganda, we'll never get better internet. This is Uganda, our government will always be filled with corruption. This is Uganda, the police will always be filled with brutality. This is Uganda, there'll always be poverty or death. This is Uganda. The president doesn't know what he's doing. This is Uganda. It's never going to get better. What I encourage you to do, and I want to share something with you that's very powerful that can change your life and your country. Any country. Not just Uganda, but any country. And what I want to share with you in this video is something that's very close to my heart, and it's about mindset. It's about changing the way you see things. See, at the end of the day, the reality is no one is going to change. No one's going to change everything in their life just to cater to your life, to make your life better. No, you have to make a difference. You have to make the change. If you want better in your life, you have to take action. A lot of people sometimes find it very easy to simply complain about how everything's not good, everything's not working, how everything's bad, everything's filled with corruption, people do bad things. It's so easy to complain or to condemn and to say things don't work. That's the easy way. That's the lazy way. That's the way to not care about life or be involved or to make a difference. So what I encourage you to do is, instead of saying this is Uganda, I encourage you to say this is Uganda. It's just you say it a little bit differently. Instead of saying with the expectation that nothing is going to get better, nothing is going to grow, nothing's going to progress, that crime is not going to go down, that corruption's not going to go down, nothing will go away. Those things will always remain. Evil is always in the world, in every country, not just in this country, in every country. Humans are the same worldwide, around the world. People may have different colors of skin, different eyes, different hair, different looks, but humans are the same around the world. Yes, cultures make us slightly different and interact differently, but at the end, we're one species. We're humans. right? And we are the ones that can determine our outcome. So what I encourage you to do is, instead of saying, this is Uganda, what do you expect? Why do you expect more? You need to change the way you say it, and proudly say, proudfully, not with an evil pride, but with a national pride, that this is Uganda. So many great things can come and have come out of this country, and so many great things will come out of this country. But first you have to believe. Let me share a story with you. There was a man that believed, and he was almost like the only one that did. Today in history, he's known as the only one that did. Yeah, there was a few, but he was a man that believed that his country was so great, even when everything else around him was really bad. That man was Nelson Mandela. You know what? And he was in prison, thinking of a message, believing a message, having positive thoughts, not only about himself, but about his country. He first started with him. He started with himself, and then he changed the prison, and the way the prison thought of him, and the way the security guards thought about him. And he started, his belief and conviction started spreading to the people in prison with him. So much so that actually when he got out of prison, he got elected president of South Africa. Can you believe that? A prisoner in a country where there was turmoil, corruption, bad roads, all kinds of evil and all kinds of bad things going on, but one man believed. And that one man rose up and became a president of a country, a leader, and then changed the entire country. I share that story with you because Nelson Mandela, to this day, movies have been made about him, books have been written about him, the country has grown because of his belief and his mindset. And I say that because if Nelson Mandela can do it, then you and I can do it. But it starts with you. It starts with me. We have to change the way we see our country. We have to change what we believe about ourselves, what we see about around us, when we see the opportunities that are around us. If we always see negative, if we always see things that are not working, if we see always things as broken, if you see life as a glass of water and it's halfway filled, do you see it as halfway filled or do you see it halfway full? Right? So it's all on you and how you see things. And actually is an important message here. The growth of a person, the income, the money you make as a person is determined on these same principles. The growth of a country, the wealth of a country, the prosperity of a country is determined by these same principles. But it starts with people. It doesn't start with your president. It doesn't start with the people in government. It starts with you. You are the one that's going to make change. You have to start believing it. And let me tell you, it's hard. It's not easy. Living in this world, it's not easy. But you know what? When you get around other people that believe just like you, right? You have a support team. You have other people that believe the same thing. And when you start building that group, and that group starts expanding, that group changes a household. That household changes a community. That community changes a city. That city changes a country. Right? That's how it starts. But first, you have to believe. You have to believe that this is Uganda. You have to believe that this is Uganda. This country is Uganda. And all the positive and opportunities that are here in this country, all the positive things that are around you, all the opportunities that are all within your reach if you believe and you take action and go get them. So I encourage you, I challenge you to start changing the way you say, this is Uganda. If you start changing and making those 3 words much more powerful, I bet you your friends are going to change, the people around you, the attitudes, and I bet you your wealth and prosperity is going to increase. Because listen, truly at the end of the day, we can all complain. It's so simple. We can all complain. We all can be in front of our friends and say, this is bad and this is horrible. But you know what? The negativity only lasts so long. And then we have to move on to something else. It's actually not that exciting. It's easy to do, but it's not very exciting. However, when you talk about exciting things that are happening and opportunities, that conversation can go on and on and on. Why? Because it's exciting, it's positive, and it's opportunity. You know, nature all around us doesn't see negativity. It only knows positivity. It only knows growth, right? Of course there's weeds that grow around us, right? There's weeds everywhere. But who comes around taking care of the weeds? The gardeners. The gardeners come around and they take out the weeds. They take out the things that are going to kill the plants. Well, you know what? There's weeds in your life. There's weeds in your mind. There's things that are growing and thoughts that are brewing in your mind that you need to remove. So if you don't personally become your own gardener in your mind, then guess what? It's going to get so dark, your plants are going to die. Your plants are not going to grow. And the same thing with your friends around you. If you don't take out the negative friends in your life, they're just going to increase. You'll have more and more negative friends. You'll have more negative issues in your life, more bad issues happening. But if you change that and you manage your mind and you garden your mind and you take care of it, your friends will change. You'll have better friends, positive friends, more wealthier friends. Your wealth will increase. Your opportunities will increase because you see things differently. That's my message for you today. I challenge you to start saying that this is Uganda a lot differently than you ever have before. And when you're in front of your friends, whenever you're in front of your family, and they're talking about Uganda, they're talking about your country, and they're talking about where you live and where you grew up and where you stay and where you make money and the country that you make money in and where you have your family, I challenge you to stop them in their tracks, just like I do. And I say, no, this is Uganda. So I encourage you to do that, take action on that, and please leave your comments and what happens in your life and what you truly believe in the comments below in this video. And I'll talk to you real soon.